Hello everyone, and welcome to another royal reading here at MadWorldTarot. And unfortunately, the photo saga is still rumbling on, and the pressure is actually piling on the poor Wales family. The unsavory rose rumor has resurfaced in quite a public way, and all kinds of nastiness showing up around that. I'm going to look at that in the next reading. Why so much pressure on the Wales family at the moment, on the Prince and Princess of Wales in particular, obviously. We're going to look at that next. But we're going to look now, we're going to dig around into the origins of this whole Photoshop firestorm. That's quite a tongue twister. And I think that many people suspected that when this first became a thing, that perhaps there was some involvement from Montecito, some speculation, but there is now a rumor that's going around about this, to the effect that it really did come from Montecito, the initial outrage or the initial prodding and prompting, all allegedly, of course. The rumor goes that Meghan was rather disgruntled that the photo was released on Mother's Day and bumped her off the front page. She'd had her great triumph in Texas and she was basking in the glow of that, when suddenly, lo and behold, there came the cute photo of Katherine and her children, proof of life, proof of health, all the rest of it. Meghan gone. And so allegedly went through it with her freakish attention to detail that she is known for, and found those slight glitches and reported the matter to her agency, William Morris, and got them on the phone and got the fire started. That is a rumor. And I do what I very often do on this channel. I look at the energy around rumors and speculation and see if the universe has anything to say about it. And today I'm using the Rebel Heart Tarot for this little 5-card reading. I'm going to ask what the intention was behind this firestorm. I'm going to ask whether there was any involvement from Montecito in starting this fire, whether what William and Katherine think, who they suspect might be behind it, because it has been pushed and pushed and pushed in quite an unnatural way. And whether there's any regret now for starting this fire, whether because of some blowback that's landed on Mr. Harriman, for instance. He's fighting his corner now, all outraged and indignant that he's been accused of photoshopping that photo of Meghan pregnant allegedly with Lilibet. And so a lot of people are now coming out and expressing great sympathy for Katherine. So instead of turning people against her, it's had rather the opposite effect. The photo is still up. It's got 80 million something views now, mostly very positive comments, a lot of sympathy for her, a lot of support for her, a lot of quite influential people coming out and saying, leave her alone. And it's interesting that Meghan herself was on a panel over the weekend talking about how she was bullied on social media when she was allegedly pregnant, and now Katherine going through the same thing while she's got a very serious health condition situation, medical privacy she's entitled to, as Meghan herself was entitled to hers during her pregnancies and even after her pregnancies. And cough cough, what else do I need to say? So really, to be on a panel saying, oh, it's so terrible, I was so bullied, and then allegedly send your flying monkeys off after someone who's very seriously ill doesn't really look very good. Sister-in-law. So possibly some blowback, some regret. Rebel Heart Tarot. We're going to do a 5-card reading, see what's going on, the intention behind this, whether there was any involvement by Montecito, and what the Walesers think about it, who they suspect might be behind this, and regrets, any regrets. And of course, because it's potentially quite damaging kind of a topic to be talking about, let's remind you that this is just tarot. It is for fun and entertainment. It is all just my opinion. It is all speculation. I just read energy. I read archetypal energy because we are dealing with archetypal characters and the archetypal family, the royal family. And there is a disclaimer in the box below. Let's see. Just focus. Focus on the cards. One more. Yeah, okay, we have flying cards. Always a good sign. For me, anyway. And see what the universe has to tell us about this situation from an energy perspective. As I say, it's still rumbling on and got even nastier if you really can't believe that it could get nastier, but it has got nastier just in the last 24 hours or so. So we'll look at that in the next one. Let's see what is going on. But here we go. Photo gate, we've got the 10 of Wands. Very heavy burden, the situation. Very, very heavy burden. And it is a very heavy burden that the Princess of Wales is currently carrying. Very lonely. You get to the situation with the 10 of Wands when you want to give up. Can't do it anymore. And Wands are, of course, about passion, creativity, PR. So all the things. It's her own passion, photography, it's her own creativity, it's her own self-expression, and of course the PR nightmare that has ensued as a result of her expressing herself. And it's the 10 of Wands is, I can't do this anymore, I want to give up. And that's what we're going to be looking at in the next reading. If the true intention behind all of this unpleasantness is to force some kind of breakdown, some kind of decision to quit, or phone the Pentacles and say, help, we can't do this on our own, we need you to rescue us. That's the next reading. But it's already arrived in this reading, this energy with the 10 of Wands, in my opinion. Situation, we have the 4 of Swords. This is somebody who really, and that would be Katherine right now, who really needs to heal. That's my notes going on the floor if you heard a crash. Because I always have to think about these things, write them down, ponder, contemplate, to discuss with universe before I do the actual readings. 4 of Swords, and they need to be out of public sight and heal. That is what is required right now for the Princess of Wales. It would be nice for her to go to the Caribbean like her sister was in the Caribbean recently, splashing around every day in a different swimsuit. Be nice for Katherine if she could do the same, but with no backgrid, or backgrid don't actually go out and photograph. They're an agency. No photographers trying to sell stuff through backgrid. Anyway, there it is, the need to rest and recover, and under tremendous pressure. So intention behind this firestorm, whoever was behind it, the intention and what's going on. Page of Cups is, it really is the pity card. It's quite strange. Because the Page of Cups is trying to ingratiate yourself with someone. Often an apology or some kind of offer of support or whatever. And that is interesting. Because it tells me that somewhere along the line they were expecting that she would have to come out, she would have to mea culpa, she would have to be embarrassed, she would have to apologize. I've seen this energy recently, I think yesterday, that that's precisely what Katherine did. She came out and she apologized, and egg on face, sorry everyone, genuine, humble apology. But there's something else in there that's a little more sinister, because we have heard via, I think it was Neil Sean, that allegedly Meghan is going to make a speech about this and reach out to Katherine through the medium of her speech and say, oh, she understands because she's been through it herself. And now Katherine is finally experiencing what Meghan experienced, with all that bullying and all that hate and all that racism and all that unfairness and those lies about her bullying and making people cry and all of that. I'm being snarky. And she's going to reach out to Katherine in this speech and say, well, we are sisters in this struggle, and let us join our hands and share our lip gloss and go to Wimbledon together, and I will hand out the prizes and you can walk behind me now. It's all in that Page of Cups for me. It's really getting my blood boiling, interestingly, just in the energy of this situation. So let's see. Did the firestorm get started in Montecito? According to the rumor, it did. It's allegedly. I got the 10 of Pentacles. That's not for me typically a Parkle card. It's more a royal family card. It can be things like institutions. It's legacy. It's organizations that have long tentacles and long reach. Lots of money, lots of influence. 10 of Pentacles. So it's not telling me it's direct. And I just read energy and I tell you what I see, or what I feel, what I get intuitively in these readings. It would be more that the royal family would be the target of this with the 10 of Pentacles. But it's really telling me that it's coming from people who have a lot of money and influence. So there might have been some rumblings from Montecito, but if there were, the directing force came from an organization that had a lot of reach and a lot of money, and that would be the AP in the United States, that was having a go at the royal family. So it's giving me a bit of an indirect answer. It's not giving me an absolutely yes. It's giving me forces, very powerful forces, are going against the royal family. That's what I'm guessing, and of course it's just me reading energy. So next one, who do the Walesers think are behind it? Do they think that there's anything suspicious around this, or is this just natural, organic kind of controversy that just happened? We got the 6 of Pentacles. It's the tit for tat card, the quid pro quo. It's not showing up as actual people. Again, for me, energetically, it's more of I think the press, that they think the press is after them. And I've got this energy before, that the press is disgruntled, that they're not getting their fair share. They're just being breadcrumbed basically by the Wales family, because Catherine's taking all the photos, the photos that would sell for gazillions, and they've been shut right out. Apart from that photo with Carol Middleton and Katherine driving home from school, from the school run in the morning, that I think personally, I suspect anyway, had some collusion from Carol Middleton and Katherine. Really the press are shut out. They don't get pictures of the children. They don't get William and Katherine pics unless William and Katherine want them to get pics. So I think it's this, we're gonna take what we can from this situation to settle the score, even things out. And the newspapers are making a fortune out of this, and many people are making a fortune out of this, commentating on it and getting people riled up and phoning in and writing letters and doing whatever. So I think it's really all about the money, more than anything else. I'm not getting paw prints or even claw prints all over this reading. I think they're there in the background, but I think the real impetus is because the press has a vested interest, and the related photographic agencies and things like that have a vested interest that they're trying to claw back at this point. Any regret for this little stunt? Because it has, of course, caused some awkwardness for the Pentacles and their adjacents. So do they think it's a good idea or not? 4 of Pentacles is in reverse, which is out of control. Upright, got the money, got the stuff, got the goods. That is really feeling very settled, very stable, very organized, very comfortable. And it's in reverse. Things have gone right out of control. Didn't expect this. And it's interesting because Katherine is now being equated to Princess Diana, and we all know what happened there. And there is now some dread and some horror that's going around, that we don't want that kind of energy and we don't want the same kind of outcome, please. And it's quite ironic because all the attempts that the Pentacles have made to manifest Meghan as Diana too, and they did that near catastrophic car chase and all the rest of it, and how they're hounded by the press in that documentary that they made, that mockumentary. And no, actually the person who's now being hounded by the press is the Princess of Wales. And so it has gone out of control, it has spiraled out of control, and it has had consequences that were not foreseen. But I think the main culprit in here for me, the press, the big agencies, And I think it's begrudgment that they haven't got their fair share of the money that they think that they should be entitled to make out of the royal family. So that's interesting. That's what's coming through. Catherine's energy, very uncomfortable energy, the Ten of Wands and the Four of Swords, this apology, the Page of Cups again. It breaks my heart whenever I see it. Because I think it is absolutely sincere, and she is heartbroken and she is mortified, and she really, really, really in her wildest nightmares would not have imagined that a situation like this would ever unfold. That is it. Thank you for watching. On to the next one.